Microphone's working. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Nick from Australia. If you are new around here, do not forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. If you're a new viewer of the channel and you've just subscribed recently and you're new around here, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope everyone's doing well, man. It's obviously been 24 hours now since the Broncos Cowboys game ended. The game was last night up in Brisbane, Suncorp Stadium. I was in attendance in the Cowboys Bay. Had a good time in the Cowboys Bay. Unfortunately, the result on field wasn't what we were looking for, but when you're in a bit of a form slump like we are, you're just going to take your licks and just get on with it, move on to the next one now. It's all you can do. You can't sulk on it forever. I was going to do a review last night, but if you checked out the Instagram story, I decided to wait until tomorrow because I didn't want to say something I would regret. Because I just wasn't happy with the refereeing last night, and I wasn't happy with certain decisions. So I've had 24 hours to think on it. I've watched most of the game back, which was hard to do, I might add. Excuse me. It was hard to watch back. When you're playing your arch rivals and you're at the game live, you're going to see things during the game that are different to what you would see if you're watching it on TV. And you guys will see it in the vlog when I get the vlog out tomorrow night. You guys will see how angry and pissed off I got when Reece Walsh shoulder charged Murray Taulagi in the head in the corner. There's no penalty try, which I was blowing up about in my vlog. You'll see it. I was blowing up about a penalty try because it was a try-scoring situation. And if it isn't a penalty try, then it's definitely a professional foul for foul play. None of those things get called. We end up getting a penalty, which was the last thing I thought would happen. I was like, well, it's going to be either a penalty try or it's going to be a professional foul. And I don't understand how the bunker can miss that. I don't understand. I want to say hello to the live chat for a moment before we get into this game. Hello to Cooper, Lockie, CJ, KJH Sports, Josh Sami, River, Jason Reader, Diggs _96. Hello to Tane, Aussie Mozzie, River. Who else we got here? Bloody missing everyone. Ali, Will Pearson, Bosky, everyone that's watching. Hope you guys are all doing well, man. Let me just have a mouthful of this nice glass of Coke. Now, where to begin? So, I might as well speak about the Reece Walsh thing. So, I'm going to need some context from the NRL rulebook. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty certain when a NRL player is going for a try, whether it be a grubber kick or whatever it may be, if he gets contacted in the head with a shoulder, isn't that a professional foul or a penalty try? Like, I'm so confused why that wasn't a penalty try or a sin bin at least. I need some clarification from, like, the rule book, I reckon, because clearly it's in the motion of going for a try. It's in a try-scoring situation. So I'm a little bit confused why it wasn't a penalty try. I don't understand it. That's not the reason we lost the game. The reason I'm bringing it up so much is because I thought it was a terrible decision that you can't miss in these sort of games. You got to get these calls right, man. You need to get them right. Like, this is the Queensland Derby we're talking about here. It's the Broncos and the Cowboys. There's 45,000 people in the stadium. They want a great game of footy, which is what we had up until that decision. Now, that's not the only decision that was bad. There was some shocking calls. Jordan Ricky should have been sin-binned as well for his careless high tackle. That was terrible. There were some shocking calls in this game. Were the Broncos the better team? I guess they probably were because they scored more points. But there were periods in this game where the Cowboys were on top. First 15, 20 minutes of the game where it was 0-0 for a while until Jajeski scored that first try. The Cowboys were probably the better team for the first 15 minutes. I would say that. And I would say probably from the 40th minute to the 60th minute when the Cowboys got it to 12-all, the Cowboys were on top when it was 12-all. And then I think we made one error through McIntyre from, I believe it was McIntyre from memory. And then I think, 5 or 6 minutes later, the Broncos score in the corner, go up 18-12. And the momentum was back with Brisbane. And then they got a penalty goal through Reynolds, which made it an 8-point game. And then Payne Haas pretty much just said, I'm going to win the game for the Broncos. He went through and scored. And then obviously Purdy got a long-range try at the end, which made it an 8-point game with 3 to go. And I was like, okay, we're probably gone here, but if we can score this next set, there's still hope. And then I think we dropped the ball again, and we ended up losing by 10 in the end. But I don't know, man. It seems like at the moment with the Cowboys, I think we're playing in patches too much. And I think, obviously, round 1 and round 2 were terrible. We got flogged in both of those games. But we were a lot better in this game. We were a lot better. Attack-wise, I think there's still a lot of work to do with the attack. Like, Griffin Name scored off a kick, which was a bit of luck, I guess. Murray Talangi scored a nice try, which was fair play to him. That was good attack. And Jackson Purdy scored a 70-meter try where he ran downfield off a Broncos error, I think it was. So we got 2 tries that were quite lucky. 1 try that was on the back of our just good footy, I suppose. But everything else was all over the shop, man. Attack needs a lot of work. It's would I say it's panic stations? I don't know if I would say it's panic mode, but what I would say is it's getting awfully close to panic mode. If we lose to Canberra next week and then Penrith the week after, we go 0-5, I'll be very worried. I'll be very, very worried. We lose next week, I'm going to probably be worried. If I'm being completely honest with you guys. If we lose next week and we go 0-4, then yeah, I'll be very concerned. I'll be very, very concerned. Hopefully we win next week. We got the Raiders in Townsville. That won't be an easy game, man. The Raiders are playing good footy at the moment. Couple of injury news. So Viliami Vailea ended up in the hospital last night. He had blurred vision. He got poked in the eye by Ben Hunter early on. I think it was like in the first 5 minutes. Then he went off. McIntyre came on, played in the centers, which obviously isn't his position, but he tried really hard out there. And then Vailea came back on after 20 minutes, and then I think he went off again because the blurred vision came back. So Todd Payton confirmed in the press conference that if Viliami Vailea is not available next week, which it doesn't look like he will be, Zach Labart will come into the centres as long as he gets through Queensland Cup. But I'm just going to have a quick look if they play today, because I generally don't know. Queensland Cup results. Yep, this would be it. Yep, he did play today. Zach Labart. No, not the Cutters. Where's the other team? The Pride. Here we go. Okay, Zach Labart. Okay, he had a good game. He scored 1 try for the Pride today in the 15th minute. And he did play in the centres. Does it have any stats? Like how many meters he ran for on here? He got 8 fantasy points in that, which is interesting. Did he play the full 80? He doesn't even tell me. I'm assuming he did. Stats are not coming up. But Zach Labart played Queensland Cup, and he scored a try and he looked like he played well. So Labart will be in next week, which I think is a good thing. Like, I love the effort of Jackson Purdue. Like, I think he's fantastic. I love the effort that he's been playing with the first 3 rounds, but he's clearly still adjusting to the center position. And I know you don't want to go through 100 halfbacks and expect to win games. Like, we had Tom Duffy the first 2 games. Obviously, he didn't have a great first couple games. And obviously, Clifford came in last night. I wouldn't say Clifford was terrible. I think he kicked the ball quite well, but probably didn't do enough running for me. But I think Jackson Purdue going to halfback at some stage is a real possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if Clifford doesn't get his game in order, and obviously Duffy back in Q Cup. Wouldn't be surprised if Purdue is the next halfback, to be honest. Now, the tries from the games, obviously for Brisbane, tries to Jack Jeske, Adam Reynolds, Jesse Arthurs, and Payne Haas. For the Cowboys, Griffin Neame, Murray Talangi, and Jackson Purdue. Now, I thought Jason Taumalolo played really well last night. Good to see Taumalolo back. Played 46 minutes, ran for 150 metres. We need more from Taumalolo. We need him to keep playing like that. Get him around that 45 to 60 minutes a game sort of range. Get him to play more minutes. He was good. He'll be better for the run. Look, I thought our bench was really good last night. I thought Hess and Neame were very good. I thought Nanai was good when he came on. McIntyre played well, but I felt sorry for him a little bit out there in the centers, man. Ruben Cotter definitely didn't have the best game, but he was decent. He was okay. A couple of players I thought were not good. I thought John Bateman had a really tough game, man. Really worried about John Bateman. I don't know, man. He looks like I thought Bateman looked really good in the first 2 games in defeat, but then last night he had a game to forget, man. That is for sure. But you got to keep backing him in, man. John Bateman's an international player. He's too good to have a couple of bad games. So hopefully he gets back into form next week. Like I said before, Purdue tried really hard. I thought Robert Derby on the wing did quite well. He didn't do anything wrong, I don't believe. I think he'll keep his spot there next week. So we'll probably see Labart and Derby together next week, the Papua New Guinea center wing combo. So that's going to be exciting to see. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, look, just a tough game. And for the Broncos, I mean, their best players were clearly Adam Reynolds, Payne Haas, Patrick Carrigan. I thought off the bench, what's his name? Xavier Willison was quite good. Corey Jensen as well, quite good off the bench for the Broncos. Shibasaki, not too bad as well. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and blame referees and whinge about the 6 against, because the thing is, right, when it comes to the Cowboys, you watch the first 3 games, what's been the biggest problem? Defense, discipline, and I would probably say the other errors as well. We've made a lot of dumb errors in some games. Like, I think we completed at 85% in the Manly and Cronulla game, but in this game, we didn't complete that high, I don't think. We completed 76%, so about 8% lower than what we did in the first 2 games. So a bit to work on. Obviously, 13 errors last night. Actually, 15 errors last night. Jesus Christ. You're not gonna win many footy games by having 15 errors. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Broncos get the win. Fair play, I guess. They got away with it in the end. I'd probably say Payne Haas, player of the game. If I had to pick a player of the game for the Cowboys, I would probably go either Jason Tamalolo or Jackson Purdue, one of them, to be honest. Or even Cohen Hess, to be honest. Cohen Hess was really good as well. So lots of work on for the Cowboys. Hopefully we can bounce back next week against the Raiders. Another big game there up in Townsville. Anyway, guys, let's go to wrap up the review, I reckon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel. The vlog will be out. I'm aiming tomorrow night. So vlog tomorrow night. That is the plan. If not, then I'll let you guys know if there's any issues. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.